Roblox has thousands of shooter games, but only one has truly stood the test of time, Rivals. But what makes it so special? What keeps players coming back for more? In this video, we'll dive deep into what sets Rivals apart from the rest and how it has such a loyal fanbase. You see, Rivals was released on June 28, 2024, but the game had begun being worked on far before then. Nosny and Sensei Warrior, the founders of Rivals, started their journey creating the game around 2023. Now, not much information is shared by developers about when exactly they actually began working on this project. However, based on the quality of Rivals, we can guess that it was a labor of passion. Creating a game like this would take months, if not up to a year, of work to perfect and test before its public release. And well, Nosny and Sensei Warrior absolutely nailed it. This was actually Nosny's first attempt at developing a shooter game as we know of, and his vision was simple: create a shooter game that players would love. But what actually sets Rivals apart in a sea of other shooters on Roblox? The answer lies in the game's core elements: gameplay mechanics, community engagement, and continuous improvement. So, what actually made Rivals stand out? It's all about the gameplay mechanics. If you've played it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Unlike a lot of shooter games that can feel pretty complicated at first, Rivals is super easy to pick up and play. The movement, the gunplay, everything just clicks quickly. It does not take hours of practice to start having fun, which is a huge win for players who don't want to grind through a learning curve just to enjoy a game. A couple of days of playing and you're already pretty solid with the controls and mechanics. That's actually part of what drew so many players in and kept them there. Then, there's the sheer amount of weapons and gears that you can mess around with. Some games get stuck in the meta with only a handful of options, but Rivals is different. Want to go full on explosive mode? You've got RPGs and grenades for that. Or do you prefer getting close and personal? Then shotguns and revolvers are there for you. It doesn't matter if you're all about fast, intense combat or more strategic gameplay. There's something for everyone. That kind of variety makes it easy for players to find their own playstyle, which definitely helps keep the game interesting long term. And here's the thing, Rivals is fast. I mean really fast. Matches don't drag on for ages, and rounds are over in about a minute, so it feels like you're never stuck in one match forever. That quick pace keeps things fresh, and it's easy to jump in and out of games without feeling like you've committed to a marathon session. In an age where attention spans are shorter than ever, that quick gameplay loop is a big part of why people are still coming back for more. But here's the question, with all of these cool mechanics and gameplay elements, does Rivals also have a community that matches up? Most games thrive off a well-established and loyal community, but the real challenge is keeping that community engaged. If you get it right, though like Nosny has with Rivals, you can have a community that sticks around for years. It's not just about the gameplay anymore, it's about creating a space where players can feel they matter and their voices are heard. Take a look at the Nosny Games Discord server. You'll find channels like Rivals Concept Art, where players can share their ideas and feedback. Some might think this is just for developers to pick up free ideas, and sure, that's a part of it, but the real reason is deeper. It's all about building with the community. When players see a concept they shared actually made it into the game, it's not just a cool surprise, it's proof that their input is valued. It's a powerful thing that shows thousands of players that this game genuinely listens to them, and that's really rare. A lot of games on Roblox fail at this. They put out content without ever acknowledging the community's thoughts or requests, and that disconnect is one of the main reasons so many games lose their players over time. But with Rivals, that's just not the case. Nosny Games has found a way to keep players feeling involved and heard, which has played a huge part in the game's success. When players feel connected to a game, they're more likely to stick around, play it often, and keep talking about it. Another big thing that sets Rivals apart is its update schedule. Now, updates in Rivals come about once a month, which is not a crazy amount by any means, but unlike most games, the player count doesn't take a dive during the gaps between updates. This is because the game itself was just that good. It's addicting, the core gameplay is solid enough, and even when there's no content, people still want to jump into matches. And when an update does come out, that's when things get really exciting. But what exactly makes these updates so well received? What goes into them that has the community talking and sharing positive feedback every single time? The updates that Rivals produces are smart and well thought out. Let's take the most recent update as an example. The weapons update. In this update, they released 3 new weapons, and they made sure that one of them was attainable for free. Players only had to head to a specific area in game, click a simple claim button, and voila, a new gun to test out. This kind of thoughtful, player-friendly content goes a long way, and players absolutely love it. It's a kind of attention to detail that sets Rivals apart from the pack. But there's more. If you want to take things up a notch, you can get new energy guns, which are a bit more powerful of course, but they're available for purchase with keys or for Robux, giving players the option to speed up their progress or invest a little for an advantage. A lot of games might face a wave of backlash for introducing pay-to-win elements, but Rivals managed to dodge that bullet. And it's not because players haven't noticed the potential for imbalance, it's because the developers have been transparent and fair with how these weapons are implemented. The energy guns are designed with unique mechanics that provide fresh gameplay, but are balanced enough so that if you have not as good guns, you can still take on somebody with pay-to-win guns and still have a chance to win. Rivals has struck a delicate balance that keeps everyone happy, the free players and those who choose to spend. And it doesn't stop there. Rivals isn't just about releasing updates and crossing their fingers. The developers have established trust with their player base by giving them a peek at what's coming next. For instance, Nosney announced that over the next 2 Thursdays, new guns will be released, and after that, a winter update is on its way, followed by a highly anticipated addition of ranked gameplay at the start of the new year. Sharing these dates and updates ahead of time not only gets players hyped, but also reinforces the feeling that Rivals is being actively developed, with a roadmap in mind. Players know that good things are always just around the corner, which fosters a sense of community and anticipation. This kind of strategic planning and commitment to keeping the community in the loop is part of why Rivals has become such a great and popular game in the last few months. But there's another key aspect that draws players in even before they play a match: the way it looks. Did you know that the visual appeal of Rivals alone can attract thousands of players? The game's graphics, art style, and UI are crafted in a way that makes it stand out and catch the eye, which is often the first step to pulling in new players. You see, the game has a cartoony look that sets it apart from other shooter games on Roblox. It doesn't try to look like a realistic, off-brand Call of Duty or a copy of a popular game like Arsenal. Instead, Rivals has its own style that feels playful and fits well with Roblox. When you log into the Rivals lobby, you get that cartoonish look that makes it feel different from the other games that you play. The maps also follow this style. No matter what map you're on, they all have a similar look with bright colors and simple design. Whether it's a city map with big buildings or an outdoor map with trees, everything matches that cartoon theme. This consistency gives the game its own feeling and helps it stand out. In the end, Rivals has proven itself as more than just any other shooter game on Roblox. It stands out because of its simple and engaging gameplay, wide variety of weapons, and a community that feels heard and valued. The developers, Nosney and Sentai Warrior, have created something unique with their focus on making a game that's easy to pick up, fun to play, and full of exciting updates. Players are drawn in by the fast-paced action, the balanced weapon system, and the regular, thoughtful updates that keep things fresh. The cartoony graphics and consistent map design add to the game's charm, giving it an identity that's all on its own. Unlike other games that try to imitate popular shooters or copy successful titles, Rivals embraces the playful look and keeps players interested by staying true to its unique style. This combination of approachable gameplay, a supportive community, and well-designed updates has helped Rivals create a loyal fanbase and keep its players coming back for more. It's clear that Rivals is more than just a fun game. It's a well-crafted experience that brings together great gameplay, a welcoming community, and a development team that listens and adapts. As long as Nosney and Sentai Warrior continue to focus on what makes Rivals special and keep building on its strength, it's easy to see why this game is likely to stay on a top pick for players on Roblox for a long time to come. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, as this video took a long time to make and I'm trying my absolute hardest to make the best Rivals content for you. I promise if you subscribe, you will get what I've just said. And apart from that, I will see all you guys in the next video.